Welcome to Smiteology 101. I'm your Professor Rabbit. Let's cut the bullshit. Let's get into it. Today's lesson, Guardians. 5 minutes. I'm going to break down everything that you need to know so that way you can stop feeding the goddamn carries and actually be an effective member of your team. Let's get into it. Alright, listen up. I'm about to start this one off a little differently because this is something that hits a little closer to home to me, and you know what? It drives me nuts. So let's get into this, okay? First, okay, a Guardian isn't just a tank, okay? Yes, they can build tanky items, they should build tanky items, but all they're there to do is not just to block shots, okay? They don't just get in front of the enemy and that's where their job ends. No, okay? Listen, a Guardian or a support, okay, is supposed to support. They get in the face of the enemy, but at the same time, they need to defend their ADC, they need to defend their mid lane mage, okay? Listen, I cannot stress this enough. They need to be able to peel for their enemies. Basically, what that means is they need to be able to drag enemies away or stop enemies from chasing their ADCs / their mages, okay? You have to make it as miserable as possible for the enemy to actually even get a shot onto your team, your whole team. Pretty much you are just going to make it so that way the enemy can't touch your team. But at the same time, you also have to make it so that way that your team can effectively hit the enemy. So you have to be manipulating the battlefield in a way that you can help your team, okay? It's not just, let me buy tank items, and now I'm a tank, and now I can be playing support. No, that's not how that works. Get that out of your head right now. You need to be able to actually add utility to your team so that way they can actually capitalize on taking objectives, taking enemies, the whole 9 yards. But now that we got that off our chest, let's get into it. All right, now we got that rant over with, you got to pick what Guardian you want to play. Yeah, there's a lot of good choices. I would start with the ones here at the top. Ares, Athena, maybe a Sylvanas or Ymir. They're all pretty good picks for newer players. They're a lot of fun to play, a lot of CC, a lot of be able to engage with the enemy without getting yourself killed. At the bottom here, they're a little bit trickier to play, but if you already are saying, hey, but the ones at the bottom are like better and stuff like that, well then you're probably like too good for this video anyway. How about you get the fuck out, all right? You ever see PBM on a goddamn Ymir? It's 30, okay? You can play the top tier gods even though they're easier to play at professional levels. So I don't want to hear shit like that. Moving on. So all roads bring us back to here. All right, so what you need to know as a Guardian is that how to start. Well, you're going to start here at green buff. So you're going to go up with your hunter to the green buff. Then you're going to make your way over to the purple buff. With the green buff gives you extra health and mana as a total, and it allows the allies allowed you to have buffs on them to maintain their buffs for longer. Now, this is huge. Once you get to lane, don't take unnecessary damage, okay? Like, you hit an enemy, what happens is when you hit an enemy, all the minions will focus you, and you start to take all that extra damage. Don't do that, okay? Like, just stand behind your minions, kill their minions, try to take first wave, only start engaging the enemy until after all of the minions are clear, okay? If you still have minions and the enemy doesn't have minions, then you can engage the enemy. If you don't have any minions and the enemy has minions, what the hell are you doing in lane? Get back under tower. If there are no minions whatsoever, check with your hunter. Is your hunter pushing? Then you push. Is your hunter retreating? You retreat. Check your health totals. Check your mana totals. Make sure that you can actually engage in a fight. But if you are able to engage in that fight, then be careful because you might have the jungler coming out of these areas to go ahead and try and gank you. So you got to be careful. Your main job for up to level 5 or until you get your Gauntlet of Thebes online is to just make sure that your hunter stays alive, that you can apply adequate pressure to the enemy, and that way you can win lane or at least set your hunter up for a successful time when they're by themselves. After level 5 or that you get your Gauntlet online, you need to go ahead and go into middle lane. But I cannot stress this enough, this does not mean that you just stay in middle lane, okay? This means that you support. You are always supporting. Let's just say that over here in solo lane, they're getting boxed in, they are low on health, and the enemy is pushing down on them. Okay, so you rotate over and you go give them some help. You push back their solo lane, and then once your solo lane is in a good position again, you rotate back to mid. Why do you go mid? It's so that way you have access to to the map, okay? You have access to left lane, you have access to right lane, and you are in middle lane, so that way you can bounce around the map a lot more efficiently. It doesn't mean that you grow roots and you stagnate in middle lane and you steal all of mid lane's farm. That is not what that means. Get that out of your head right now. But I think I've said my piece here on the Guardians. So if you have any other questions, please just throw it down in the comments or join the Discord. I answer all the questions down in the Discord, or in my Discord, and I even play with new players and help them figure out what the hell is going on, because this is a really fun game, but it's really hard to figure out. But outside of that, I think I said my piece on Guardians. I don't think there's really too much else for me to say other than like and subscribe. It's completely free to do, so like help me out just a little bit, maybe. I don't know. If you don't feel like it, whatever, fuck off. I'll see you guys in the next video. It'll be the next video is mages. We'll figure that out when that comes out. I don't know. I'm hoping to get it out this month, but it's a very busy month because of weddings and shit like that. But I'll see you guys in the next video, and until next time, VER, VVX.